We're gonna start off with, and let's start off with Zero. What would you say your favorite lightsaber duels are?
Probably Obi Wan versus Anakin.
Obi Wan versus Anakin on Mustafar. All right. Who else we got? Cactus.
That moment, it just that setup makes Empire, in my opinion, the best fucking movie because the minimal dialogue exchanged mid-fight, and it was like not only that, it was a 3-tier like boss fight. Phase 1 was the carbonite freezing chamber where they fought at the top of the staircase. Phase 2 was in the hallways by the window where Vader amped up his skill and started throwing objects with the Force. And then Phase 3, Vader go all fucking berserk on him, just like he's hiding around a corner and Luke walks out and Vader tries his head, and then it ensues into a full-on Vader frenzy of him just pummeling Luke down. So eventually he gets him on the damn ground, points a saber in his face, saying "You're beaten." And I just love the aspect and the quickest twist in all Star Wars that "I am your father" happened during that fight. And I also love the little grunts Vader makes throughout the fight, like when Luke kicks him in the chest, he's like "Oh," and like when Luke hits him in the fucking shoulder, he's like "Oh, burn!" And he tries to like get Luke, and that's when he cuts his hand off. Just those little funny effects, the Vader grunts, like his little, I don't know, his sounds he makes when Luke hits him, like some shit. I think that's personally like unrivaled, the best fight in Star Wars. You could argue Obi Wan and Anakin, but I just love the crudity and the rawness of that fight. Like, Luke swings it like a baseball bat for real. Like there's like no form. He just swings it like a fucking like he's trying to hit a pinata, dude. No form at all. I love it.
Tell the choreography
that's my favorite
got better. Choreography definitely got better as they went along.
Exactly. It's just more real though and raw. Like, you just like look like this dude's shaking in his fucking booting a masked man wearing all black with like a red saber, and he's just like fuck. Like, you know, he went in that battle knowing he was gonna die. Like he went to go save his friends with no regard for his life whatsoever. You couldn't really say the same thing about other people. Like, true. I guess for Obi-Wan knew like I'm gonna die trying to kill Anakin. Like it's me or him. That's why that fight is so many. It's like only one of us is coming out of this alive. You know, that's my favorite fight. So there you go.
Amadeus.
It was said earlier, Obi-Wan versus Anakin on Mustafar. It's by far the most violent installment in the Skywalker saga. You got limbs just being lost, and it's the longest fight in the series. So I have to also say it's the most expensive fight in all of the Skywalker saga.
I could definitely see that. Look at all the special effects they have involved with that.
Yeah.
Just absolutely nuts.
I think the only other thing that brought me to that fight was that even Obi-Wan tried to bring Anakin back, even though he knew that he was already lost. Like we said, that just a little bit of dialogue brings more to the fight, and that's one thing that I enjoyed about it.
Nice. Julian, what do you got?
I'm just going to say this right now. I enjoyed every single one equally on the board. Because here's the thing. Like I'm like as everyone was talking about like, you know, Darth Vader versus Luke in Cloud City. Darth Vader versus Luke there on the Death Star. Like that, I'll say that one there was a very high favorite because more so how it was the aspect of pure silence. All you hear is the sabers going. It's like just pure. You can pretty much just say this is pure emotion of father versus son. This is it. I'm going to show you, Father, who I am. I'm going to bring you back. And then Vader looking at him like, yeah, I'm going to fucking show you, son, and I'm going to show you the power of the dark side, and we can rule this, we can take out the Emperor and rule together. And then you go to fucking Anakin and Obi-Wan there, the fucking raw emotional fight there. All that shit. And then you go to fucking Palpatine and Yoda and Dooku and Yoda and so forth and so forth. Like I said, the whole entire series, Star Wars in general, is awesome, and all the lightsaber fights are awesome. Even the animated ones, even though the animated ones could do more because, you know, it's animated and can make the people do fucking more crazy shit that they can't do in real life. But still, all awesome. So yeah, like I said, favorite fight, I cannot decide on a specific one, so I say I like them all.
You did a good job of explaining why you like them all too. You didn't just.
I like that answer.
Yeah, that worked very, very well. Josh, what do you get? Have I hit you?
Oh, mine has to be.
It doesn't matter
mine
what
has
Josh
to be. Yeah, Zero don't care. It has to be Anakin and Obi-Wan. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
it was just crazy. I loved it. The first time I saw that, I'm like, yep. That's what really got me into Star Wars, was watching that fight.
That's a good reason there. A good reason for loving it, getting you into Star Wars. So, I'm going to go outside the box since we pretty much got most of my list, but I'm going to say the Ahsoka Vader fight. Even though that's probably not my favorite, but just because everything else has been talked about, I love just the absolute amazing dialogue in that, the pure emotions, the fact that you've been waiting an entire season to see those two interact with each other and face each other, and to have that epic of a lightsaber duel in amongst the things that they're saying to each other, and then to see Anakin behind that mask for the first time, other than when he, right when he was about to die in Return of the Jedi, I just thought was absolutely amazing, and the stakes were high enough, and it's two characters that are dear to my heart, so I love that. I thought it was
I agree with you because the dialogue that both of them shared together, it was like master and apprentice, and it was just good. Her trying to avenge him and him saying that he does no vengeance, but it was good.